This digital artifact deals with the development of human capital in Chile for the knowledge society. It is a second phase because we did have a first phase by which we created human capital for the long-term economic development we first had, thanks to which child mortality dropped down, children born underweight dropped down, life expectancy more than doubled, child malnutrition practically disappeared, as well as illiteracy. Students enrolled in the university boosted, and all of this human capital led our economy to have a boom in the per capita income and in exports. But right now we're standing in front of the fourth industrial revolution, and the situation is like follows. The human capital index is 0.67. The expected years of school is 12.8 years, but the learning adjusted years of school is only 9.6. The harmonized test score is 466, so we still need 34% increase to be an advanced attainment. The child obesity, on the other hand, has 23% of all children and an awesome 51% of children under 5. The Gini index, even though it has been reduced from 58% in 1990 to 47.7% now, still is the worst in the OECD countries. 89% of the workers believe that digital transformation will affect their jobs, and 77% think employers are not preparing employees for coming effects. 28% of the working force is still in informal jobs, and 2.7% is already in the gig economy. The tax evasion is 20%, half of which is on the value-added tax. The net good rating index in the ranks of 40 to 43 in the past 8 versions. And 60% of the chief executive officers in Chile think that digital transformation is true for their future, but only 24% have the issue as a priority. So our problems are that, 1, past investments in human capital have led to an unequal increase in the net general income. The human capital is not prepared for the coming change in the nature of work. Private sector has not tackled the change in work skills, which is coming with the fourth industrial revolution, and therefore will have a shortage of talent very soon. The private sector has not put a digital transformation as a priority. Human capital is right now not a priority on the political agenda. Discussions had been related to the weekly workday and the flexible schedule, but not, for example, on training people for the coming skills. Informality sticks is affecting a big part of the working force, and health has become an issue again for children. So the target is to put human capital in the agenda, because today it is not. We need to tackle the quality of education and increase learning. We need to tackle the child obesity, focusing on children under 5. We need to tackle the income distribution inequality. And in order to do this, we need to tackle employee training of skills for the digital economy, since with those skills, actual employees will be able to access to better paid jobs. And also we need to tackle the evasion of taxes. So we are doing things right now. We are creating a legal and social environment for human capital development by enforcing the electronic invoice to combat informality and tax evasion. We are discussing a legal framework for telework. We are discussing the legislation needed to work in the gig economy, and we are also updating the pension fund system to align them with the new nature of work. But in the second last, we are not getting the right focus. I mean, we are legislating on what was the reality in the past century, not in the 21st century. And what we need to do, or we must do, is develop human capital for the 21st century. Hereby, we must have massive training of actual workforce in skills for the digital economy, especially around MOOCs. I think that all universities and training centers must participate here. We have to introduce best practices for learning at school. We have to change the curricula in education at all levels, from pre-kinder to tertiary education, to adopt it to the 21st century. We also have to change the curricula and learning methods of the professor career, since they are teaching exactly the same way that they used to do 150 years ago. I would love to introduce EDX idea of micro-accreditation for bachelor's and master's degrees, since that would open opportunities for good paid jobs for many people. And of course, we have to make and execute a plan to eradicate child obesity. There are some resistances to come from every place, so how to tackle with them? I think that from society we have to create consciousness of the benefits of the fourth industrial revolution, putting the issue in their agenda so they can press the politicians. From workers, we have to work with unions to show them the need of training for new skills so they can press the CEOs. From government, they have to put development of human capital as a matter of national priority. From politicians, we have to use pressure from society and evangelize in all the committees, especially those that have to deal with jobs, with finance, with economy, with health, etc. From the academy, we have to put incentives to the development of new methodologies of learning in all stages of education, i.e. MOOCs. From CEOs, we have to work with the guilds to quantify the need of new skills and weight in human capital so that they press on academy to change the curriculum and the methodology. Who has to do all this? The people that in Chile believe in the future of the digital economy. And this is it.